Okay, so it is 2:16 in the morning on September 19th, 2018. It has been another week. Where am I this week and what have I been doing? Well, the big thing that happened during this past week was Hurricane Florence. It was a major hurricane that came through North Carolina, and it was rated at a category 3 and possibly 4 at some point, but it was huge. I think it was the size of North and South Carolina put together, and I was prepared for it. I I know that our power almost always goes out. It goes out when we have thunderstorms and anything else. So I stocked up on snacks and things that I would be able to eat for when the power goes out. And Hurricane Florence came into the state and kind of stopped and then just rained on us the whole time. So the whole state was flooded. Like normally hurricanes will go inland and dissipate. This hurricane just sat over us and rained and rained and rained for days. Lucky would go to the door and ask to go out, and I'd say it's still raining, but I'd try to let him out. And then he would see that it was raining and not want to go out anymore. But then 5 minutes later, he would ask to go out again. I thought your ears were better than mine. Couldn't you hear the rain? But overall, things are good. I've got Dinky on my lap right now. I don't think you can see him though. But I was prepared for the power to go out. I wasn't prepared for the power not to go out. The flooding was really bad, even nearby, but just not immediately here. So I was okay. I think I heard from somebody that we're on kind of a hill relative to the surrounding terrain. So we didn't suffer the worst of that. But I was sitting here eating my crackers and other stuff like that, thinking I really would have liked to have planned a little bit better so that I would be able to have some decent cookable food here. But, that's just not how things worked out. I had intended to do more of my homework over this weekend. I thought I would do that while the power would be out. Power didn't go out. And because of the storm and the stress, and I had the dogs here that I was taking care of, I didn't go anywhere else and I didn't do anything else and I didn't get any work done either. Not much. I did a little bit. I got a little bit done. And I tried to work a lot, but I just couldn't get it done. Even now, it's ridiculously hot inside this place. I think you can see the thermometer in the background is at 79. I brought that down from 85 when I got back in this evening. I've opened up all the windows, so hopefully I can get things cooled off. It's cooler outside. I just can't get it cool in here. But it's so hot I can't really sleep very well. But since I couldn't sleep, I couldn't focus, and I couldn't work, I did watch some anime and play some games this weekend. There was this pre-dynastic Egypt game that had been sitting on my wish list for a little while. So I went ahead and got that since it was on sale, and it was part of a bundle with some other games that I thought looked good. And I also watched some anime. There was this really random anime where the cosmic horrors of Cthulhu and Lovecraft mythos were cute girls, and the show also has a number of anime references, but doesn't overdo it like some shows do. They're just there so that if you recognize them, it's fun and interesting, but that's not the central point of the show. References like that, I feel like they can fall flat if you put too much emphasis on them. but if you happen to have your characters on a ship and you happen to have them unfurl an interesting pirate ship sail that is a reference to another pirate show that doesn't matter at all in the context of the series, you don't have to get that or understand it to know why it's interesting or fun. That I think is a good reference because I really feel like a series or any kind of work of art should be able to stand on its own if it's part of something bigger like the Lord of the Rings trilogy movies, then it kind of needs to be part of that bigger art piece, like those movies were part of a trilogy. They didn't stand by themselves because they weren't intended to, but the trilogy stands on its own. And it doesn't depend on you having read the books. Anyway, getting off on a rant. But yeah, between my bad diet, the stress of the storm, and just nothing quite going right, and my back is killing me again. I thought it was getting better, but then something today, I don't know if I've hurt myself somehow, but I need to go in and have it looked at. I thought it was getting better, but it just got a lot worse. So I'm sitting in the recliner to try to give my back some support, a rest. I don't know what. But I'm not feeling great. I'm actually feeling pretty terrible. I've had a bit of a sore throat some this weekend, which I'm sure is partly due to my malnutrition. But I took myself out today for a couple of decent meals, and I should be on track for at least some success. I got my homework done, at least the most important assignment on turbulence, and I've made some major progress on the important things that are supposed to be due this Thursday, but I still have a couple things I need to touch up with those. My research, I feel like I've been neglecting, and I need to get on that and not just talk about getting on it, but actually really, really get on it. I tried to work on it some this weekend, but I only made like this much progress.